Representative Luistro, sinampal ng isang resource personnel mula sa Department of Education matapos na idawit muli ang pangalan ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero bago ang lahat, maaari kayong mag-subscribe para maging updated sa mga issue at bagong mga balita. Sinagot nga ng isang resource personnel mula sa ahensya ng DepEd, si Representative Luistro. Matapos nitong siraan ang pamamalakad ng dating kalihim ng DepEd na si Vice President Sara Duterte. Ayon nga dito, naging maayos naman ang pamamalakad ni Vice President Sara Duterte nang ito'y nanungkulan bilang kalihim ng DepEd. Isa nga umano sa magandang nagawa nito ay ang pagbibigay ng mga laptops at computers sa mga pampublikong paaralan. Pinatunayan nga ng ahensya na ginamit nila ang naturang pondo para sa mga nasabing pampublikong proyekto. Narito ang buong detalye.
23 fund, ma'am. The computer ratio is 1:9, meaning 1 computer, 9 students po.
That is 1:9. One computer for 9 students. How about the ratio for the teachers?
Ma'am, for the teachers, come on, we're getting the, ma'am, the grand total, dito po yung region is 1 computer is for 30 teachers.
1 computer for 30 teachers.
30.57.
That is almost saying impossible to facilitate an e-learning system having 1 computer for 30 teachers. And I believe, Madam Chair, that this validates the reason why the DepEd in 2023 requested and lobbied for an allocation amounting to 11,361 million. In other words, sinuportahan po tayo ng Senado at ng Kongreso in addressing this need, in addressing this gap. However, if I may request the Secretary to flash the next slide. If I may invite your attention to the current appropriations. Ito po yung appropriation for 2023. The amount is 11,361 million. However, ang naging utilization po niya is only 19.22%. That is equivalent by way of obligation to 2,183 million and disbursement to 2,075 million. So, bakit po sa tindi ng pangangailangan natin for ICT packages, Madam Chair, out of 11 billion allocation, bakit po 2,075 million lang ang naging disbursement? Can we hear from DepEd?
Please answer the question. May we direct Director Pitagan to answer, please?
Thank you very much, sir. Ma'am, for the 2023, when the new administration came in, the priority was the continuing 2022. That's why for 2022 funds, we have the 92% obligation. Now, yung 2023, ma'am, tumawid ngayon siya na 2024. So right now...
Madam Chair, if I may interrupt,
Opo.
parang ang hirap pong i-appreciate nung naging explanation nyo na ang priority nyo is continuing, which is the budget from 2022. Why therefore did you request for 11 billion for 2023? Kung sasabihin nyo ngayon, ang priority nyo is 2022, kaya hindi nyo nagamit yung 2023. Alam po ninyo, Mr. Resource Speaker, doon po sa amin sa Batangas, hindi po magkamayaw ang humihingi ng tulong na estudyante, teacher, and even PTA officers. Lahat ang problema nila, computer, laptop. Now we have this 11 billion budget. You requested this for 2023. Bakit po ang disbursement nyo 2 billion lang?
Yun, ma'am. To answer the question po, in May 2024, nabili na po natin yung 2023 budget. Ang pending po natin, 95% na yung ating obligation. Kaya lang po hindi po nagre-reflect is because we are asking for the modification of the expense class from capital outlay to MOOE.
Madam Chair, yun po bang May 2024 na sinasabi nyo, does this pertain to the 2 billion disbursement?
Hindi, ma'am. This pertains to the 8 billion more na hindi pa na gagamit.
So nasaan po yung 8 billion?
Ma'am, yun, nagamit na po natin to.
Where are the computer sets now?
The computers now are being delivered to the schools. Yung pong hinahanap nyo na 20...
Who can validate that information that they are being delivered to schools? Because as far as I know, napakatindi po ng pangangailangan for computers ng ating mga public schools. If I may continue, Madam Chair, he made mention about the continuing appropriation. So let me invite your attention to color blue of the slide. Ayan po yung continuing appropriation. We have 9 billion budget. Tama po si Mr. Resource Speaker. May nagamit na 8 billion. But what surprises me a lot, punta po tayo sa baba. Both the current and the continuing has an accomplishment of 0%.
Opo.
Does our resource speaker validate this report? This is as of December 31, 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
And if I may add, Madam Chair, pagdating po natin dito sa accomplishment report, I hope the people of Batangas are listening to me. Para hindi na nila kulitin kung nasan itong mga computer. We're talking about 2,349 LC, 2,648 smart TVs, 12,022 laptops, 7,558 laptops. That is for current appropriation. And for continuing appropriation, Madam Chair, ang hindi po na-deliver, 6,770 packages. And the breakdown is 4,067 LC, 337 smart TVs, and 2,366 laptops, with 3,161 laptops for non-teaching personnel. This is as of December 31, 2023. Nasaan po itong mga equipments na ito?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, yung pong pinabagit nyo na 4,067 laptops, na-deliver na po natin ang 91.47%. Yung pong sinabanggit nyo na 337 packages ng smart TVs, na-deliver na po natin ang 91.6%. Doon po sa laptop for teaching na 2,366 packages, 100% na po na na-deliver natin to para sa mga teachers. At yung pong laptops for non-teaching, na-deliver na rin po ito ng 100%. These are all accounted for the fund year of 2022.
May we request the resource speaker to submit to us the documents proving all the delivery?
Yes, ma'am.
And can we go, Mr. Resource Speaker, to the current appropriation? Nasaan po itong 17,019 packages under the current appropriation?
Okay. Under the current appropriation for the e-learning cards, that's 1,655 packages. Medyo mababa pa po yung ating delivery dito, which is 3.44 delivery because the contract, ma'am, the NTP was May to December. So ang target po before the end of the year, maibigay po yung lahat ng ELC. Sa STV naman, ma'am, it's the same. For 5,942 packages, it's 3.77% na po yung na-deliver.
If I may interrupt, Madam Chair, in other words, the average percentage with respect to the delivery is 3%
Yes, ma'am.
out of the total number of packages.
Yes, ma'am. Because the procurement of the current 2024 happened in January.
Madam Chair, I hope that the DepEd, Mr. Resource Speaker, realizes that the specification when we talk about ICT changed so fast. Hindi ko po alam kung paano nyo i-realize ito concerning the possible significant changes already with the specs of the ICT packages for which the current appropriation is originally allocated.
Thank you very much for that very good observation. Ma'am, all our packages from e-learning card to STV, laptop for teachers and laptop for non-teaching are duly vetted and cleared from the Department of Information, Communication, and Technology. So nagsasubmit po kami sa kanila ng tech specs, including that of the 2023, and they gave us the corresponding clearance.
What causes the delay?
Ma'am,
Or should I say, who causes the delay?
Ma'am, hindi naman. Ma'am, kasi yun nga pong 2024, yung current fund, siyempre po nagsimula po kami ng procurement ng January.
No,
So,
this is 2023 budget.
the 2023 budget, ma'am,
Current appropriation pertains to 2023 current appropriation.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yun nga po, if I may backtrack a bit, kasi po noong 2023, when we first came in, yung new breed of leaders, hindi pa po nagagalaw yung 2022. So naging priority po muna yon noong 2023.
I will go back to my question, Madam Chair. If your priority is 2022, then you should not have requested for 2023. Kanina po may nabanggit na nasa warehouse. Ano po ba yung nasa warehouse?
Ma'am, yung nasa warehouses na nabanggit, these are not these lots. Ito pong DepEd computerization program na ito po yung recalibrated DCP. Yung pong nasa warehouse, those purchased during 2020-2021.
2020, 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
Ito pong 2022, ito yung 2023, ito po yung dinideliver pa lang ngayong 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair, I just wish to manifest my frustration about the significant delay in the proper bidding, procurement, and delivery of all this ICT equipments. Ito po'y kailangan ng ating mga public schools. As a matter of fact, I wish to believe na ito po ang dahilan kung bakit ang Philippine education ay nasa bottom ng ranking ng PISA. Mayroon naman po tayong budget. Why don't we act promptly so we address this problem in the Department of Education?
Thank you very much, Your Honor, for that observation, validating the need of technology for schools. Ma'am, kaya po ngayon, doon po sa hinihingi namin na 2025, we have started already the early procurement activities. Para po ngayon this year, meron na pong NEP level, sinimulan na po namin yung EPA activities para nga pagdating ng 2025, mabili ka
Madam
agad
Chair,
at
I wish to go
ma-deliver.
back to my question. What caused the delay in the procurement for 2023? Because I do not consider as a valid excuse na priority nyo ang 2022. Please give me a valid reason.
Well, some of the reasons na nilagay din po namin, number one, we have to, since bago yung leadership, we have to recalibrate. Kasi ma'am, dati e-classroom Sean, so we have to really do an extensive onboarding of all the strands, all the people on the ground. Ano ba talaga yung kailangan? Magbibigay ba tayo ng computer laboratory? And a whole other...
Ibig sabihin, Mr. Resource Speaker, while you are doing all this procurement, You have not made up your mind as to the specification of the ICT that you are procuring. That is a manifestation, Madam Chair. I acknowledge that my time ended already. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
I made that manifestation because my questions will mostly be about the utilization of 2022 and 2023. Now, Madam Chair, based on reports on November 21, 2023, the DepEd celebrated Araw ng Pagbasa, and this was spearheaded by the Bureau of Learning Delivery under the Curriculum and Teaching. Is that correct, Madam Chair?
That's correct, Madam Chair.
And during that event, Madam Chair, this was celebrated with the launching of Isang Kaibigan. It was held in a public elementary school in Quezon City. Is that correct, Madam Chair?
That's correct, Madam Chair.
So, Madam Chair, as the USEC being responsible for curriculum and teaching, and by that line of logic, yung Bureau of Learning Delivery, may we ask po, kayo po ba yung responsible for the production of this book, yung Isang Kaibigan?
Madam Chair, hindi po.
What is the role of the curriculum and teaching strand po in the production and development of Isang Kaibigan? I understand this was a project of the former secretary. Is that correct, Madam Chair?
Yes, Madam Chair. Wala pong role ang Department of Education sa development, reproduction, or printing of Isang Kaibigan storybook.
Thank you. Madam Chair, so as per reports, the illustrators were a certain Janina Simbilio and Joseph Kaliner of the Creative Media Unit, Public Affairs of the Service of the Department. Is this report erroneous, Madam Chair?
Madam Chair, I have no knowledge of that.
No knowledge. Madam Chair, under what department po kaya itong Public Affairs Service of the DepEd?
With your permission, Madam Chair, the two are employees of the Public Affairs Service Division of the Department, Your Honor.
They are employees.
Yes, but there is no payment made to them for whatever they did. So it's either they made it gratis or for free, or they were paid on the side. We don't really know because there's no record of official payment to them. But just for the record, they are employees, job order employees of the Public Affairs Service. Is that a bureau? Service. Public Affairs Service of the DepEd, Your Honor.
Madam Chair, thank you very much, Mr. Secretary, and apologies you had to answer that. But thank you for the confirmation. So the book there was a hand in the development of the book by employees of the DepEd, although it is probably by gratis or unrelated to their official functions of the DepEd. So that's something to note. So hindi po naman erroneous yung statement ng report na yun. So, Madam Chair, prior to its launch, it would be said then that what is the knowledge of the good Undersecretary about this book? Was it the first time for her to find out about Isang Kaibigan during the launching itself? Because it was mentioned na wala po silang kinalaman sa development, but surely, perhaps in the procurement or in the preparation of the program, they have had some knowledge of this book.
Yung particular book po, nakita lang namin noong launch, but we know that she's going to read. Kasi po yung program na Araw ng Pagbasa, we do that yearly. And we invite reading ambassadors. So, minsan mga kilalang mga tao, mga officials ng DepEd, nagbabasa po yan sa mga schools. And they can choose the storybook that they're going to read. So, in this Araw ng Pagbasa in a Quezon City school, ang binasa ni VP ay yung kanyang story.
I see. So at the time po, Madam Chair, as per the yearly event that you would have, yung reading ambassador is the former secretary.
Hindi naman po. Iba-iba po, kasama secretaries, kasama ang mga undersecretaries, assistant secretaries, regional directors, lahat po ini-invite namin actually na maging reading ambassador.
But in that instance, at least for Isang Kaibigan, that was the former secretary and that was her choice of book. Her book, Isang Kaibigan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Madam Chair, is there no role on the part of the DepEd to curate what book would be read for Isang Pagbasa? They leave it totally at the discretion of the reading ambassador po ba?
Yes po. We ask the reading ambassadors to pick a book that they want to read as long as the book is appropriate to the level of the learners.
In that case po, Madam Chair, how many reproductions of the book would be required for a public reading? Because you mentioned this was not part of the DepEd, so hindi po kayo yung nag-produce ng book na ito.
Hindi po. It's a big book po. So kahit na isang book lang po, merong 10 students halimbawa sa harapan ng reading ambassador, malaki yung book, may mga pictures yung book, so yung reader reads the book na nakikita ng mga bata yung illustrations ng book.
Madam Chair, but if I recall correctly, and perhaps we can have the Secretariat pull up a picture later on, there were actually multiple copies of the book and each child was holding one. So I would assume that there was some preparation on the part of the department regarding this event.
There was a preparation regarding the event, Your Honor, but the distribution of textbooks wasn't done by the Department of Education. The printing, the distribution wasn't done by DepEd.
But for the case of that instance po, that event, then there were multiple copies of the book. Wala pong alam po yung curriculum and teaching.
Na alam po
as to
namin
the-
na may
I mean,
mga...
about how many books were prepared for that particular event. I understand, Madam Chair, the answer na wala pong kinalaman yung department in the production, supposedly, and development of the book. But we just wanted to know po, for that particular event.
Ang alam ko po, konting-konting copies lang po ang na-ready noon. Kasi nangihingi nga rin po ako ng copy noon, hindi rin po ako nabigyan. Kasi konti lang talaga para dun lang sa mga estudyante na umatendong reading session.
So, Madam Chair, okay, thank you. Just to clarify po, no, so no public funds were used in the production of the book. It was not come under any line item, and therefore did not also go through any of the quality assurance and accreditation required under the DepEd. None of that po.
That is correct, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Forum din, mga seminar na nagagamit na talaga siya as platform for red tagging halimbawa, nalaman natin from the COA documents na dito ginamit yung confidential funds ng DepEd for 2023. So, may ma-elaborate pa ba ang DepEd on this? Kasi po ang binabanggit ng former DepEd Secretary ay ang dapat daw po sumagot ang officials ng DepEd na haharap ngayon at iniwasan pong sagutin yung topic na ito. So, yun, we'd like to know lang kung may madadagdag po kayo or dapat po ba talaga ay hindi na kayo yung sumagot dito?
With your permission, Your Honor, and Madam Chair, perhaps our USEC for Finance can better discuss that since it pertains also to the confidential fund, Your Honor.
Yeah, recognize.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We would like to clarify po yung role ng DepEd Finance in the release, utilization, and reporting of the confidential fund. And we have applied po the joint circular of COA, DBM, DILG, GCD, and DND. And we have complied with the requirements. Una po yung entitlement. Is DepEd entitled to the 2023 confidential fund? It was included in our JA in 2023 under a confidential expense tag in the list of the expenses. So that's the reason po na i-release po siya. Ang next po is the form of release. We also follow joint circular, cash advance. Naka-identify po doon that the 3 months requirement should be released in quarterly basis, and that the next liquidation should be upon the liquidation of the head of the agency to the chairman of the Commission on Appropriation. So to answer po yung question kung alam ba namin yung details nung pinagamitan, we do not know because we're not part of the process po ng utilization and liquidation. So what I can share is from the finance, we have released 3 quarters, that's 112.5 million. It has been recorded as liquidated because we were given a copy of the cover letter only of the liquidation. And the last quarter was not processed because there was no request to release it po, Madam Chair.
So hearing that, Madam Chair, ibig sabihin tama lang na last week ay niraise natin yung tanong na ito regarding the DepEd confidential funds on 2023. Kasi nga mahirap din na expect natin na yung officials na harap ngayon under the new DepEd leadership ay sila yung sumagot dun sa tanong. So Madam Chair, to confirm, magre-request po ba ng confidential funds for 2025 ang DepEd?
No, Your Honor, Madam Chair.
Maybe no po, bakit hindi? Ibig sabihin po ba ay hindi na nakikitaan ito ng purpose to continue and fulfill DepEd's objectives?
Yun ho, kasama ho yun. Siguro, hindi na rin hiningi nung predecessor namin for the last year and the For 2024, if I'm not mistaken, wala rin po.